So just like Jamestown has two different areas to it, the national park and then the settlement, Yorktown also has two areas as well. So we visited the national park already, but there is a Revolutionary War museum that's associated with this. So we haven't checked that out. That's what we're going to do today. I don't know what to expect, but I have heard great things about it. So we'll go in and check it out. So this is cool. This is a little game that they've set up, and you get to pick your side, either the American colonies or Great Britain, and you choose different strategies, and there's 3 different battles that you get to replay and choose the strategies and maybe change the outcome of those battles. How you doing, Hunter?
Not too well.
Not too well? Well, you got to choose the Patriot side, the American colonies, if you want to do well. Everything else is outside. They have an encampment area set up, and looks like with some tents, and let's see if I can get that in the background, and people dressed up with period attire. So very cool. Yeah, I think this is all touchable.
I'm gonna have to open this up.
So guys, would you guys rather stay in this or in our RV?
Stay in this.
Our RV.
Whoa, 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 Tanner, what'd you say?
Stay in this.
You'd rather stay in this tent? Does it seem pretty cool? How would it be at night? Do you think it'd be just as warm as our RV? No? It'd be colder? Think animals could get in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would you like it better in here?
I'll change my mind.
Maybe change your mind?
This Revolutionary War, who wants to win the battle?
We did.
Half of us. A little disappointing. Okay? Of course, we all want to win the battle, don't we? Victory is, at the end of the day, we own the battlefield. The enemy is gone. Okay? Now we got to make the enemy disappear, so how do we do that?
Shoot again.
Shoot them, right? Guys, you know what's really hard to do even today with modern weapons? It's hard to shoot them all. But if I get the enemy to leave the field, I don't care if they run, retreat, whatever. If I get them to go, I win the battle. You know what victory is today most of the time, even if places like Afghanistan and Iraq? It's the same thing. The enemy goes away, we win the battle, okay? So we got to intimidate the enemy, and that takes, of course, men with? Yeah, anybody know what this thing is called?
Musket.
Now this is a musket. When you say musket in 1781, you're talking about a smoothbore weapon. There's no spiral grooves inside, called rifling to spin the ball and give you more accuracy and range. It's a smoothbore, has an effective range of 100 yards. Now when you consider today soldiers will shoot at 300 yards or more as a rule, does this have a lot of range by today's standards? Not really, but every musket on the planet in 1781, no matter who makes it, has effective ranges of 100 yards, okay? But it works like this. Let's say you're 100 yards in front of me, and I shot at you from 100 yards. There's good news for you and there's bad news. What's the good news? Unless it was supposed to be your last day on planet Earth, this guy missed you, okay? Now you two, and you, though, guess what? I fired the musket ball in that direction, didn't go straight, so guess who's in play? All you guys right there. All right, that's the good news for you. So what's the bad news?
That we die.
They died.
That is bad news. There's more bad news. There's a guy standing next to me shooting at somebody next to you, and that one might actually find you.
Oh.
See, in my opinion, if you got shot with one of these at 100 yards, most of the time was by somebody who wasn't aiming at you. Now, 50 yards hitting a soldier somewhere inside a soldier's body is possible on a somewhat regular basis, but at 100 yards, hey, most of the time it's a random act that you actually got shot. All right, guys, we're standing shoulder to shoulder, so we all load the weapon the same way. It's called the manual exercise. It looks like this. Half-cock firelock. Hear that click? That thing clicks, you can't squeeze the trigger, weapon's safe to load. Slap your cartridge box, bought a cartridge full of gunpowder, musket ball, everything you need is in this paper tube. How do I open it?
Your teeth.
Just like that. Shake a little powder in the pan, shut the hammer over the powder, cast the weapon to the side, put everything else down the barrel. Draw the rammer in 2 motions, ram it all down, draw the rammer, put it back in the pipes, turn the rammer, shoulder your firelock. That's why it takes 15 seconds to load this weapon. Pipe ready. Dig in. Fire. On the battlefield, one command, prime and load. It's French design, but so I might get 30 cartridges where I stick them all. Well, I can put 6, probably 15 right there. Put the rest of them down below it.
Okay.
Or maybe even in my pocket.
And who's rolling those and preparing them?
Now that's a good question. Depends on the time of the war. When the war starts, we have militia and the like up around Boston, right? And militia are required to bring their own stuff, weapons, gunpowder, the whole 9 yards. So who's making the stuff? They are. Also around Boston, you're going to have families making cartridges for the militia. Straighten up your back, put your right foot a little bit further behind your left. Right foot behind your left. There you go. Spread them out a little bit. There you go. Make a good base. You got it? What do you think?
Pretty heavy.
Very heavy, isn't it? All right, anybody else? You gonna try it? No lefties. Gotta turn it around the other way. Grab it right there. Bring this hand up here. Here, let it go under your armpit for now. Just try this. Bring this hand up here. All right, you ready?
I got hit.
What do you think about that? Yeah?
So if you were left-handed, you just learned to shoot the other way.
Gun, attention, man the piece. From right to left, dress. Search the piece. Clear, load. Make, ready. Okay, nose and tongue cover. Fire.
Jacob's ladder. Okay.
It's pretty easy. All you do is that.
So you're just flipping the top one. That's so weird.
Hey, you got it. Well done.
Oh, good job.
That's better than Minecraft, isn't it?
No.